Test. Check, check. 1, 2. Testing. 1, 2. Okay. Whoops. From a windy Kaukauna High School, folks, we are live for FVA baseball this afternoon. Clear skies here as the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts play host to the visiting Oshkosh North High Spartans. Thank you for joining us on Zaleski Sports. My name is Gunnar Zippert. I'll be calling the action for you on today's game, as the first half of the FVA schedule is just about wrapped up. Kaukauna playing their 8th conference matchup here today. Oshkosh North with one more. They're playing their 9th, as Kaukauna had that rain out against Appleton North that's yet to be concluded, the first game between those teams. Coming into this one, as you see on your screen, Kaukauna 7-3 overall with a 4-3 conference record, good for 5th in the 10-team FVA. Oshkosh North 3-8 overall, 2-6 in FVA play, good for 8th in the conference. Conference wins on the year for the Spartans over Appleton West 7-5 and Appleton East 5-3. The two teams behind them in the standings right now. Also a couple of close losses for the Spartans. 1-0 at Oshkosh West, their crosstown rival last week, as well as an early season near upset for the Spartans against Hortonville on the road. They lost 6-5 against one of the top teams in the Polar Bears. And for Kaukauna in FVA play, they started 4-0 and have been on a 3-game losing skid. First at Neenah, then home against Kimberly last Tuesday, before a close loss to Hortonville on the road last week. So Kaukauna looking to get back in the win column after a 7-0 start. Kaukauna falling out of the latest Wisconsin Baseball Coaches Association rankings. They are still in the Prep Baseball Wisconsin Power 25 poll, two different ranking systems. Kaukauna and Neenah both falling out of the coaches poll, as well as Fond du Lac. So just 3 FVA teams in the top 20 of Division I, whereas last week it was 6. But that's bound to happen when you have these teams playing each other. Kimberly and Hortonville tied atop the conference at 7-1. Appleton North a half game back at 6-1. Again, Appleton North with one less game played because that Kaukauna game is currently suspended. It was started here at Kaukauna High School. I believe it was 2-2 in the second, and that's going to be made up as part of a doubleheader next week on the 12th between the Galloping Ghosts and the Lightning. Neenah currently in 4th place at 5-3, and Kaukauna just a half game back of the Rockets at 4-3. Fond du Lac at 4-4. And then a couple of games separate the top 6 from the next team, Oshkosh West at 2-5, Oshkosh North 2-6, a half game back of the Wildcats, their crosstown rivals. Appleton East at 1-7 in 9th, and Appleton West 0-7, still looking for their first conference win, currently in 10th in the FVA. And we're just about to get into the second half of the FVA schedule coming up later this week. Kaukauna will be at Appleton East. They opened the season against the Patriots here at home with a dominant win. I believe it was 10-0 in 5 innings. Carson Gates pitched a complete game in that one, and it looks like it's going to be Carson Gates pitching again in that game against Appleton East, potentially, as today it's going to be Paxton Shue on the mound. Keep scheduling games here on Zaleski Sports on Tuesday, and we keep getting Paxton Shue starts. And that makes a good deal of sense. He's on his regular throw once a week schedule. We're going to have the meeting at the plate here between head coaches Jenkins of Kaukauna and head coach in his first year, Dylan Pease, the head coach of the Oshkosh North baseball program, currently with a record on his tenure of 3-8. Coach Jenkins 42-46 in overall in his 4 or 3+ years. This is his 4th in Kaukauna, and the team has gotten better every season in his first 3 years, improving from under 500 in his first couple of seasons all the way to 15-12 a year ago. Won a playoff game for the first time in a decade, and Kaukauna looking to get back on track here and progress even further up the standings this season, and hopefully make an even deeper playoff run when the state tournament comes around in early June. These two teams will actually play towards the end of the season. It's Oshkosh North's final game of the regular season on May 28th at home in Oshkosh against the Ghosts. It's the Ghosts' penultimate game. They've got one more non-conference game scheduled after that one against Manitowoc. We're getting ready for our 4:30 first pitch here. No softball game going on as the Spartans not fielding a varsity team this year. We do have a JV softball game going on behind us on the field that's kitty corner to this one, as well as JV practice going on to the field to our right. We'll send it over to our public address announcer, Spike Leash.
Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to Kaukauna High School for tonight's conference game between the visiting Spartans of Oshkosh North and our very own Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. We would like to welcome our guests today, players, coaches, and fans from Oshkosh North High School. Both schools in the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation in supporting the officials, participants, and officials. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments, or other intimidating or taunting actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of today's competition. Please enjoy today's game in a positive manner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for today's starting lineup. Starting with our guests from Oshkosh North, the Spartans. Batting first, number 2, catcher Jackson Anderson. Batting second, number 10, right fielder Keegan Kinsfogel. Batting third, number 6, shortstop Braden Frank. And batting fourth, number 9, pitcher Jack Bennett. Batting fifth, number 1, second baseman Jacob Seeger. Batting sixth, number 14, designated hitter Landon Rufford. And number 7, number 16, first baseman Ty Korpowitz. Batting eighth, number 21, third baseman Owen Duclos. Batting ninth, number 19, Griffin Risa. And the 10th batter, number 5, left fielder Elliot Schultz. Head coach for the Spartans is Mr. Dylan Pease, assisted by Stephen Russell and Joe Bennett. And now, the ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for our Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. Number 1, center fielder, Braun Schaefer. Next batter, number 2, number 18, left fielder, Blake Vanderloo. Batting third, number 8, our shortstop, Braden Jenkins. Batting fourth, number 2, first baseman, Teron Seegers. Batting fifth, number 24, third baseman, Bennett Geithner. Batting sixth, number 12, right fielder, Quentin Gussman. Batting seventh, number 6, catcher, Dylan Lotzer. Batting eighth, number 7, designated hitter, Riker Donemeyer. Batting ninth, number 3, second baseman, Caden Kress. And ladies and gentlemen, your pitcher for today, number 13, Paxton Shue. The head coach for the Ghosts is Mr. Mike Jenkins, assistant. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, to honor our country and those who are serving to protect our freedoms, we ask that you please stand if you're able, remove your headwear, and face the flag for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The umpires for today's game are Mr. Pat DeBrune and John Byer. Today's athletic training services are provided by Aurora Bay Care Sports Medicine and licensed athletic trainer Courtney O'Neill.
Thank you again to Mr. Spike Leash on the PA here today. We're ready to go for FVA Conference Baseball from Kaukauna. Paxton Shue on the mound. Let's go around the diamond for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. His backstop today is Dylan Lotzer. Taryn Seegers at first base with Caden Kress playing second. Bennett Geithner at third. And Braden Jenkins, today's shortstop, in the outfield for the Ghosts. In left, Blake Vandeloo, Braun Schaefer in center, and Quentin Gustman in right field. The designated hitter for the Ghosts will be Riker Donnemeyer, and he will hit for the pitcher, Shue. Now taking a look at the Oshkosh North Spartans starting batting order. Leading off, senior Jackson Anderson, today's catcher. Keegan Kinsvogel, a junior, batting second. Braden Frank, another junior, returning all-conference selection. He'll bat third. Jack Bennett, just a freshman, today's pitcher. He'll be cleaning up. Jacob Seeger, the second baseman, batting fifth. Landon Roofer, today's designated hitter, batting sixth. He'll hit for the left fielder, Elliot Schultz. Ty Karpowitz, the first baseman, batting in the 7-hole, with Owen Duclos following, batting eighth. Griffin Resop rounding out the order, today's center fielder, batting ninth. Jackson Anderson, also a returning honorable mention all-FVA pick for baseball, and you might recognize that name from the hardwood, a very talented basketball player for the Spartans basketball team past 3 seasons at the varsity level.
Leading off for the Spartans, number 2, catcher Jackson Anderson.
Jackson Anderson and Bryce Ott leading the basketball Spartans to a regional title despite being a 10 seed this season. But here on the diamond is where Jackson truly excels, as he's committed to play at the University of Wisconsin at Oshkosh. Our opening pitch is outside from Paxton Shue. And Anderson gets ahead, playing catcher here today. I believe he also spends some time on the mound for this young Spartan squad, as Anderson is the lone senior for Coach Dylan Pease. Fouled off to make it 1-1. Shue from the windup. Breaking ball is low. Lotzer did his best to frame it up, but missing the zone. And falling behind is Shue. Shu from the third base side of the rubber at the start of his windup. And again, that's going to be low. That looked to be more of a changeup or perhaps even a sinker. 3-1. Jackson Anderson looking to start this game off well, just getting on base for this Spartans team. The 3-1 is inside, nearly hits Anderson. I'll rule that a walk, as I believe he got out of the way. He's going to take first base either way. And a leadoff base runner for the Spartans.
Number 10, right fielder, Keegan Kinsvogel.
Keegan Kinsvogel, a junior. Number 10 stepping in from the right side. Another righty on deck is Braden Frank, the other returning all-conference selection from a year ago. And that's going to get away from Lotzer, and Anderson will head down to second. Rule that a wild pitch, as Lotzer was not expecting the ball to be that far inside, as it does tip his glove. So Jackson Anderson down to second. No outs, and a 1-0 count to the number 2 hitter. Thank you for joining us from Kaukauna High School. A beautiful day in the 50s here, a little bit windy. Making things interesting up here in the press box with all the papers flying around, but can't complain here in early May. This is the final game of Oshkosh North's conference schedule, the first trip through. They're 2-6 so far, and Kaukauna, the 9th different team they've faced in the FVA. That's going to be outside from Shu. Spartans have been ahead here early, whether 1-0 or 2-1. Both of the first 2 hitters here getting ahead of Shu, or rather Shu falling behind. And that is a nice looking pitch. Sinker gets a swing and a miss for Paxton Shu. Lefty against righty here typically favors the batter. You're able to see the ball out of the hand a little bit better when it's not coming from a same-handed pitcher. And Shu will step off, keep Anderson honest at second. And if Anderson's anything like he is on the basketball court here on the diamond, he's a pretty fast guy. Will definitely be able to score on a single. He goes, and it's fouled off. Remains 2-2. As Braden Frank, the on-deck hitter, retrieves that ball. A year ago, Oshkosh North finished at 3-15 in conference play, finished in 10th, so they're already nearly even with their conference win total from a year ago, showing some improvement under new head coach Dylan Pease. It remains 2-2 after another foul ball. Overall last year, Oshkosh North 8-19. Only 20% of their innings from a year ago returning to the mound, and just 50% of their at-bats. So a lot of seniors a year ago now no longer on this team. Hit to left center by Kinsvogel. It gets down for a hit. He'll head for second, and Anderson will head home. It's an RBI double for the junior, Keegan Kinsvogel. He trades places with Jackson Anderson, and the Spartans are on the board 1-0.
Now batting for the Spartans, number 6, shortstop Braden Frank.
So a bit of early adversity here for Paxton Shu. Paxton threw very well last week on the game we had here on Zaleski Sports against Kimberly, and what turned out to be a real pitcher's duel between the Ghosts and the Papermakers. Kimberly winning that one 2-1. RBI double for Kinsvogel. And here's Braden Frank playing shortstop here today, a returning all-conference selection. He swings through the 1-0, and Shu is back even. Paxton headed to the State College of Florida, a junior college program in Bradenton, as that one is fouled off. I thought that was going to be in the turf, but Frank gets a piece of it. Braden Frank also a pitcher for this Spartans team. Neither he nor Anderson will be on the mound today. That one is low, and good block by Lotzer to make it 2-2. Runner on second with nobody out, and one across in the top of the first for the Spartans. 2-2. Swung on and popped up. That'll get foul over our heads here in the booth at Kaukauna High School. Frank staying alive, 2-2, and you've got the freshman starting pitcher Jack Bennett, a lefty, on deck. We'll do it again, 2-2, and it's grounded to the left side. Jenkins fields it on a hop, throws over to Seeger for the out, but a productive out for Braden Frank as Kinsvogel takes third.
Now batting, number 9, pitcher Jack Bennett.
So the ground out goes 6-3 for our first out of the day. But now a runner just a base away for the cleanup hitter, freshman pitcher Jack Bennett, wearing number 9, the 9th grader. Runner on third with 1 away. He takes a strike. First time Shu has delivered a first pitch strike here. And 0-1, good way to get ahead. You're going to likely need a strikeout if you want to avoid that run scoring from third base. And another strike taken there, 0-2. First time Shu has been ahead with 2 strikes. Righty on deck is Jacob Seeger, and a pitch up and in. Swung through by Jack Bennett. His opposing starting pitcher strikes him out for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, number 1, second baseman Jacob Seeger.
Big strikeout there for Paxton Shu. Now any sort of out with 2 down here, and you're able to get out of the inning with just the 1 across. Jacob Seeger, the second baseman, fouls that one off. And again, Paxton ahead, 0-1. On deck is the designated hitter, Landon Roofer, a sophomore, just like the player at the plate. Seeger lines it to left field. It gets over the head of Jenkins. A dying single on the outfield grass drives home a run, and it's 2-0 Spartans.
Now batting, number 14, designated hitter Landon Roofer.
Seemed to be a little bit harder hit off the bat than how the ball traveled. It must have been off the end for Seeger, but he got just enough of it to get it over Jenkins' head. And it's 2-0 with a runner on first and 2 away. Roofer, the DH, takes a strike. Shu ahead, 0-1. Swing and a miss from Roofer, and he finds himself down 0 balls to 2 strikes. Leadoff walk followed by a double, and both of those runners came across to score here in the top of the first. Shu looks back the runner, delivers 0-2, swing and a miss on a tailing fastball. Second strikeout of the inning for Paxton Shu. But the Spartans get 2 across and lead 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. Kaukauna coming to bat on Zaleski Sports.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting that it was a class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
We're back with Better Halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Two runs across on 2 hits, no errors for the Kaukauna defense, and a runner left on for the Spartans in the top of the first.
Number 1, your center fielder, Braun Schaefer.
Again, 2 runs on 2 hits for Oshkosh North, and a runner left stranded with 2 outs. 2-0 the Spartans lead. Kaukauna coming to bat for the first time. It's the center fielder, Bron Schaefer, against the freshman starting pitcher, Jack Bennett. That fastball is going to be just outside. And Schaefer starts his day off taking a ball. The 1-0 is going to be a changeup falling outside. Today's game brought to you by Fox Valley Tech. Each year, more than 6,000 high school students get a head start on college education thanks to dual credit classes made possible by Fox Valley Technical College. These are college-level classes that high school students take for free, saving on average more than $600 per student. Learn more at fvtc.edu/gettechnical. And a leadoff walk in the top of the first. Same here in the bottom half. And we've seen Schaefer show off that eye at the plate plenty of times this year, more than willing to take a walk. Blake Vandaloo, another lefty hitter up, with Schaefer getting a big lead at first. That one's going to be outside from the starting pitcher, Bennett. Schaefer was 0 for 2 against Kimberly last week in that game we had on Zaleski Sports. He did reach on a hit by pitch. One and 0 and a check back there by Bennett. Vandaloo is going to be followed by the shortstop Braden Jenkins. And first strike of the day delivered by Jack Bennett. The defense behind Bennett, he's got a senior catcher guiding him, Jackson Anderson. At first base, it's Ty Karpowitz, Jacob Seeger, who had an RBI single in the first. At second base. And that's going to run it inside, 2-1. Owen Duclos at third, with Braden Frank playing shortstop, and in the outfield for the Spartans, it's the designated fielder Elliot Schultz in left, Griffin Resop in center. As this is stroked to right center, Resop's going to have to get over on it. It's in the gap. Schaefer's around second. Vandaloo into second. Schaefer will be sent home by Coach Jenkins, and it's an RBI double. Top of the first, started with a walk and a double. Same here in the bottom half for the Galloping Ghosts.
Now batting, number 8, your shortstop, Braden Jenkins.
Ball just to the right of Resop. He wasn't quite able to cut it off, and Schaefer, with his elite speed, scores from first on the double. Ghosts are on the board here in an offense-filled first inning. Vandaloo picks up an RBI, and Braden Jenkins takes a ball low to start his first plate appearance of the day. Final fielder for the Spartans in right field is Keegan Kinsvogel. He had the double that drove in the first run of the game for Oshkosh North and eventually came around to score as well. Step off here by Bennett. Bennett falling out of the zone here like he did against Schaefer. It's 2-0. Delivered a couple of strikes to Vandaloo, but Blake sending one of those deep to the gap. 3-0 now with a runner on second. Nobody out here in the home half of the first. 3-0 taken all the way there is Jenkins, as it was right down the middle. Of course, here in the bottom of the first, you want to make the pitcher prove that he can throw strikes. Don't give him a free out on a 3-0 swing. The 3-1, and that one's going to be up and in. Second walk for the Ghosts as Jenkins fills first base. Taryn Seegers coming to the plate. And we're going to have a meeting on the mound here with the Oshkosh North pitching coach, Bennett and Anderson. And while they meet, we'll go through the rest of the Kaukauna batting order. So Schaefer, Vandaloo, Jenkins, Seegers batting fourth, coming to the plate. Bennett Geithner, the third baseman, batting fifth. Quentin Gustman moving up one spot from last week's game against Kimberly, batting sixth today, playing right field. The catcher, Dylan Lotzer, batting seventh. Riker Donnemeyer, the designated hitter in the 8-hole, and Caden Kress rounding out the order, batting ninth. Same starting nine we've seen for Kaukauna, just with a little swap between the 6 and 7 hitters.
Now batting with the Ghosts, number 2, first baseman, Seeger.
Taryn Seegers, the Highland Junior College commit, junior college in Illinois. Slugging first baseman, steps in here and takes a breaking ball low and away. Pitching coach for Oshkosh North, undoubtedly just preaching to Bennett, just try to get back in the zone here. Delivers a strike with a breaking ball. Looks like maybe the approach was see if you can land your breaking ball for a strike, as he delivers two to Seegers. First baseman playing in on the green turf as it's fouled off his way. Coach Kanak getting out of the way for Kaukauna, just barely. And now it's 1-2. Bennett ahead for the first time here in the bottom of the first. Ground ball double play would work wonders for the Spartans. Runner going to third. That's Vandaloo, but he'll have to head back as he slipped on the base and fell down a little bit there. Remains 1-2 on the foul ball. So Bennett definitely locating better here after that mound visit. Bennett Geithner with a 1-2 count, or pardon me, Bennett on deck. Seegers with a 1-2 count against him at the plate. Seegers, one of, I believe, 10 seniors on this team. They've got the headshots posted here at the Kaukauna baseball field. Check swing and the double steal, safe at third and safe at second. They're going to say that Seegers went around on that check swing, so a strikeout for Bennett, but a double steal for the Ghosts.
Now batting, number 24, third baseman, Bennett Geithner.
So Geithner comes up with two runners in scoring position and one away. As you saw Vandaloo go with the pitch there, and then Jenkins a little bit delayed on his steal from first to second. 1-0 with Geithner at the plate. Single could give Kaukauna the lead, as Jenkins has good speed at second base. This one is popped up. It looks like it's going to get out of play. Anderson gives it a look, and it's over by the Spartan dugout. I see Will Pauls looking to grab that one. Will not doing our PA here today, as he thought he was going to be at a track meet. Didn't end up going to it, as his, here he is in the booth. 1-1 for Geithner. Delivery, and it is fouled off down the third base line, as again Bennett doing a good job of getting ahead. After that visit to the mound, he was able to get Seegers to strike out on a, looked like an unintentional check swing from Seegers. He was just sort of trying to give his base runners a better shot on the base paths. Geithner grounds it to third. Well played by Duclos. The throw over to first in time, but that'll be an RBI ground out for Bennett Geithner as Vandaloo scores. Jenkins to third, as Kaukauna has tied it up 2-2 here in the bottom of the first.
Now batting, number 12, right fielder Quentin Gustman.
Good play by Duclos. Don't call it the hot corner for nothing, as that one was scorched at him. And Gustman lines it right at the second baseman. Seeger, hard hit, but Bennett gets out of the inning, only surrendering two. And the Spartans will take that, as he was struggling to locate early. We head to the top of the second, tied at 2 here in Kaukauna. Oshkosh North coming to bat on Zaleski Sports.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
Bus is hiring its drivers that they need. Coveson Buses hiring is the perfect job for me.
Cobeson Buses would like to thank all of our school bus drivers throughout the state of Wisconsin for their safe driving. If you would like to make a difference in your community with a fun and rewarding part-time job, apply at cobeson.com.
Cobeson Buses hiring is the perfect job for me.
After one complete, we are knotted at 2 here in Kaukauna. Paxton Shue back to the hill. Didn't have the first inning he would have liked, giving up 2 earned runs, more than he did in his entire outing against Kimberly last week, as he only gave up 1 earned.
For the Spartans, number 16, first baseman Ty Karpowitz.
Only 1 earned against Kimberly last week, but the offense picking up Paxton, and we got a new ball game, 2-2 here in the second. First pitch strike from Shue, getting ahead of the first baseman, Ty Karpowitz. In the bottom of the first for Kaukauna, 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. Fouled off by Karpowitz, and he's down 0-2. And for the Oshkosh North Spartans, good to get out of that inning with just 2 runs allowed, as it was a leadoff walk, a double, and then another walk before Bennett was able to retire the next 3 hitters. The 0-2 from Shue, fouled off into the netting down the first base line. The on-deck hitter, Owen Duclos, the third baseman, made a nice play in the first. He retrieves that foul ball. A couple of foul balls in the near the on-deck circle. Another 0-2 from Shue. Swung on. This will be playable. It's pooched into short right field. Nice play by Caden Kress, ranging over as 3 Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts maybe had a shot at that one. Kress had the best angle on the ball.
Now batting in number 21, third baseman Owen Duclos.
We'll call that a fly out, not a pop out, as it got well onto the outfield grass. Owen Duclos up with nobody on and 1 away. Another first pitch strike from Shue, and he's looking a lot more comfortable on the mound here this inning. Closed stance from Duclos. Left foot well in front of the back foot. And Shue is going to step off here, just reset, get a new sign here from Lotzer. 0-1 delivery. It clips the inside corner. And Paxton Shue ahead 0-2 on a second consecutive hitter here in the second inning. Gets a check swing. Did he go? And he held up, and I think that's the right call. Good way to hold up there from Owen Duclos. Our umpires here today, Pat DeBrune and John Byer. The 1-2 from Shue. It's going to be low. Lotzer nearly frames it for a strike, but a good eye here from Duclos to work things back even. Lefty hitter on deck is the number 9 batter, Griffin Resop. 2-2 breaking ball. Shue not able to get him with the fastball. 0-2 and 1-2 comes back with the slider on the 2-2 pitch. Second strikeout of the day.
Batting number 19, center fielder Griffin Respite.
Pardon me, third strikeout on the day for Paxton Shue, first of the inning. And the center fielder, Griffin Resop, to the plate. Base is empty with 2 away. It's chopped down the third base line. Fair. Geithner plays it. His throw was into foul territory, and Seegers not able to squeeze it as he went for the tag before he had caught the ball. That'll be an error, and I think it'll be charged to Geithner as his throw pulled Seegers out of the baseline. 2-out base runner here for the Spartans. Jackson Anderson was on deck with his catching gear on, his knee pads at least. Takes those off, and he's up to the plate.
Number 2, Jackson Anderson.
Hot shot down the third base line there. Geithner got to the ball with plenty of time. His throw just inaccurate to first. 1-0, as for the first time this inning, it's a first pitch ball from Shue, as he's got a runner on first base, and Resop, the center fielder, I'm going to assume he has pretty good speed. 1-1 as Shu works his way back even with a fastball. Anderson walked on 5 pitches to open the game in the top of the first. 1-1, that runs inside to the future UWO Titan. Jackson Anderson staying local for his college baseball playing career. The 2-1. It is grounded right back to Shu. And a nice play from the Kaukauna starting pitcher. Ends the top of the second. An error allows a base runner with 2 outs, but they strand him at first. As we head to the bottom of the second, Kaukauna looking to pull ahead here on Zaleski Sports.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Capped and ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
We head to the bottom of the second on Zaleski Sports. No runs on no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on in the top of the second. Today's game brought to you by Travel Leaders Discovery. They specialize in creating personalized, unforgettable, stress-free travel experiences for individuals, families, and groups of all sizes. Travel Leaders Discovery is a full-service agency booking beach vacations, cruises, hotel only, and air hotel, Disney, house rentals, business travel, romantic travel, and family vacations. Anywhere you want to go. Call Travel Leaders Discovery at 833-TL-TRIPS. That's 833-TL-TRIPS. And visit www.tltrips.com. We had to wait for Jackson Anderson to get the catching gear back on, and we're ready to go here in the bottom of the second. Scoreless top half of this frame, pitched by Paxton Shu. Got his 3rd strikeout of the day, as well as played a hot ground ball back to him with 2 outs.
Number 6, your catcher, Dylan Latzer.
Bottom third of the order coming up here for the Galloping Ghosts. First, it'll be the number 7 hitter, today's catcher, Dylan Latzer. Takes the breaking ball, looks like a curve outside from Jack Bennett. Bennett struggled to locate early in the first inning as he pours in a strike. But then, after a visit to the mound, was able to get a strikeout, ground out, and a line out, and escape with just 2 runs across. 2-1 our count, as another breaking ball runs outside. Latzer grounds this one to first. It's under the glove of Karpowitz and into right field. And Latzer's on an error.
Now batting, number 7, designated hitter, Riker Donnermeyer.
Courtesy runner on for the catcher is McCoy Leno, number 15.
Courtesy runner for the Ghosts, number 15, McCoy Luno.
So Karpowitz not quite getting his glove down low enough on the turf. Maybe was expecting a bit of a bigger hop. Could have been the sun playing a factor as well, as I see his glasses might be on the brim of his hat. Bennett delivers a strike, but it's stroked into center field by Donnemeyer, and a single advances Leno to second here with no outs. First pitch swinging for the future St. Norbert College Green Knight.
Now batting, number 3, second baseman, Caden Kress.
First and second now for Caden Kress after the second hit of the day for the Galloping Ghosts. Kress takes a breaking ball low and away. 1-0 here with nobody down. A bit of trouble here for Jack Bennett in the bottom of the second. And that one is fouled off by Kress to make it 1-1. in last week's game against Kimberly. Just looking back at my scorebook here, Caden Kress was 1 for 2 with a single. Just one of 3 hits the Ghosts were able to get against the Papermakers starter, Maddox Hermes. That one's in the dirt, but the runner was off with the pitch. That'll be a stolen base for Leno, the courtesy runner. So now 1st and 3rd with nobody out. We'll see if Kaukauna puts on a play here. Maybe Donnermeyer will head down to second. It's going to be 2-1, the count, as Anderson's going to relay the signs to the infield. From the stretch. And a pick over to first, a good one too, as Donnermeyer's back just in time. Good look over from Bennett. Just 13 players on this roster for Oshkosh North. Only 3 players on the bench here today. The delivery is low, and that'll be it'll be 3-1. As indeed Donnermeyer was on the move, he'll take second with no throw. So now 2nd and 3rd with a 3-1 count to Kress. And it's hit to right field. It's going to hang in the air for Kinsvogel. He jumps to make the catch. Tagging is Leno to the plate. Throw is just late. Well located on that throw from the outfield, but Leno just ahead of the tag. Three to 2 Galloping Ghosts off the sac fly from Caden Kress.
To the top of the order we go for the Ghosts. Number 1, Ron Schaefer.
First out of the inning there. And Donnermeyer was holding at second on that fly ball. So runner on second with 1 away and 1 in for Bron Schaefer. Schaefer swinging at the first pitch. He reached on a 4-pitch walk his first time to the plate. RBI there for Caden Kress as Kaukauna pulls ahead by 1. The 0-1 to Schaefer is on the outside edge. So instead of his first plate appearance, Schaefer got up 3-0. He's now down 0-2. Open stance from the senior. He takes the changeup outside as Bennett was looking for a chase there. Runner on second is the DH, Donnermeyer. The 1-2, a breaking ball hit to left field. It might be tailing foul. Left fielder over on it, not able to make the catch, but it does land in foul territory as the designated fielder today, Elliot Schultz, number 5, was giving it a look, just not able to get to it. Can't find the ball now as it rolled to the fence. So Schaefer stays alive. Schultz being batted for today by Landon Rufer, the DH. Remains 1-2 to Bron Schaefer. Runner in scoring position with 1 out. Another lefty on deck in Blake Vandaloo. Bennett's delivery outside. That one appeared to be a sinker, or perhaps his fastball just has some natural fade on it. A little bit firmer than that 1-2 changeup he delivered, or 0-2 changeup. 2-2 is sliced foul towards the parking lot here at Kaukauna High School. If you're just joining us, both teams scoring 2 runs in the first inning, and Kaukauna has scratched across the third here in the bottom of the second. Looking to add on with a runner in scoring position and less than 2 outs. 2-2 is taken, and again, Schaefer shows off his eye at the plate, working his way to a full count here after he was down 0-2. Schaefer committed to Madison Junior College, be a member of the Wolfpack next season, next year. Bunch of FVA players are committed to Madison Junior College. The shortstop from Neenah, Kraus, a player last week from Kimberly as well, I believe. The payoff pitch is up and away, and took a little bit of a different route to get there after he got down 0-2, but Schaefer again will walk.
number 18, play. Vandaloo.
So Schaefer on for a second time here today. Runners on first and second with one away. My scoreboard software just shut down for no reason. I will try to get that back up and running. 0-1 on a breaking ball to Vandaloo. Fastball runs up and away, and Bennett is even with the Ghosts' number 2 hitter. The 1-1 coming here from the stretch from the freshman Jake Bennett. One of 2 freshmen in the starting lineup for Oshkosh North. The other, the third baseman, Owen Duclo, who we saw make a nice play in the first inning. Foul ball makes it 1-2 on Blake Vandaloo. Again, Bennett getting ahead and could use a strikeout here, but a ground ball might get him out of the inning. The 1-2 swung on and missed. High fastball, second strikeout of the day for Bennett. 2 down, runners on first and second.
About number 8, Brayden Jenkins.
And Brayden Jenkins to the plate with 2 outs and runners on first and second. Pitch is low and away, and Jenkins is ahead. The 1-0 coming from Bennett. Schaefer on first. Donnemeyer on second. Strike delivered by Jake Bennett. 1-1. Jenkins, his first time up, walked as well. Couple of walks with a Vandaloo double in between. Good-looking curveball from Bennett. Does not get the call, and it was ruled high by the home plate umpire. And the Oshkosh North faithful giving Bennett some encouragement there, as they certainly thought that was a strike. The 2-1 is taken outside. No, on the outside edge. Surprising me again here. 2-2 now with 2 away. Runners on first and second. Bennett looking to escape the inning with just 1 run allowed. Runners are going. Grounder to Duclo. Elects to throw to first, and it's in time. Good arm on the freshman Duclo. And Kaukauna scores 1 to pull ahead in the bottom of the second, but Bennett escapes a jam, stranding 2. We head to the third inning here on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Brian Butch called.
Brian Butch?
He really loves Abbey Bank, but he wants to work here.
What are we going to do with him?
I don't know. Let's let him try a few different jobs.
Let's get you that loan. Brian, buddy, you're really good at basketball, but maybe leave the banking to us.
Apologize for the technical difficulties, folks. Just trying to reboot here so we can get the scoreboard back up. But regardless, we are here in the top of the third. 3-2 our score. Kaukauna leading as Paxton Shue gets a swing and a miss. Strike 1 on Keegan Kinsfogel. Kinsfogel doubled in the first inning to drive in Jackson Anderson for the game's first run. Eventually, Kinsfogel came around to score to make it 2-0 Spartans, as strike delivered there from Shue makes it 0-2. Timeout for Kinsfogel. And it looks like we got the scoreboard back. I'll get that on the screen for you and get it up to date for you after this at-bat. 0-2 the count Delivery from Shu is swung on and missed. A tailing fastball, 4th strikeout of the day for Paxton Shu. Our score 3-2 here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Now batting number 6, Braden Frank.
Braden Frank grounded out to shortstop his first time. And another swing and a miss, already the 3rd whiff of the inning for Shu. 0-1 coming here. And that one's going to be on the outside edge. Both starting shortstops here today, batting 3rd, and both named Braden. As Frank fouls that one off, he grounded out to Jenkins his first time up. As we got 1 out here, just finally getting the scoreboard back up to date. And here's the 0-2. Swung on, hit to center. Schaefer has a beat and will grab it. A line out to center. I apologize for the graphic in the way there. Get it out of the way here now.
Now batting in number 9, Jack Bennett.
Jack Bennett to the plate with 2 away and nobody on. Inside after the line out to center. Second inning in a row that Paxton Shu has retired the first 2 batters. The 1-0 to Bennett. Swung on and fouled. Over onto the varsity softball field where the Galloping Ghosts today just practicing. No game, as Oshkosh North not fielding a varsity softball team this spring. 1-1 to the pitcher Bennett. Breaking ball is low and away. Shu got Bennett to strike out the first time he saw him. And that was with a runner on third base. As this one is fouled down the first base line. Bennett has been impressive here on the mound today, just battling back as he's gotten into some jams. But he has managed to strand 3 base runners in the first 2 innings of work. 2-2 with 2 away. Breaking ball is chopped down the first base line. Will it stay fair? Right on the line. Seegers plays it, steps on first for the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Kaukauna looking to add to their 1-run lead.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting in that it was a class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
Take it home, $250. Congratulations to Matt Swanson. Congratulations, Matt. You are today's winner.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Oh, there we go. Throw down from Jackson Anderson, and we're ready to go here in the bottom of the 3rd. Kaukauna with a 3-2 lead against the Oshkosh North Spartans.
Number 2, Taryn Seeger.
1-2-3 inning worked by Paxton Shue in the top half of this frame. First 1-2-3 inning for either side today. Seegers hits this one to left field. Elliott Schultz under it makes the grab for a leadoff flyout. First catch of the day for Schultz, the designated fielder for the Spartans.
Now batting, number 24, Bennett Geithner.
So 1 pitch, 1 out for Jake Bennett, who despite 3 runs across in 2 innings, for his first varsity season as a freshman has looked very impressive. Building block for this Spartan team going forwards. And certainly it's got to help to have an all-conference catcher and a senior guiding you behind the plate in Jackson Anderson. Geithner fouls one off. And we're back even. Or pardon me, 1-2, not 1-1. Delivery from Bennett is fouled off. And either way, now we're at 1-2. 3 runs on 2 hits for Kaukauna. 1 error committed by the Oshkosh North defense. 2 runs on 2 hits for the Spartans. And Kaukauna's defense with an error as well. 2-2 as that one is bounced in the turf. Geithner, his first time up, grounded out to third base, but that did drive in a run as Blake Vandeloo scored from third. And that tied it up for Kaukauna. The 2-2 swung on a high breaking ball, and a nice pitch there for Bennett to pick up his 3rd strikeout. He's got 1 every inning so far.
Now batting, number 12, Quentin Gussman.
Quentin Gussman ended up ending the first inning for Kaukauna as it looked like he was going to keep the rally going. First pitch swinging, hit a hard line drive, but it was right at the second baseman, Jacob Seeger. And that allowed Bennett to strand a runner at first base, or third base, pardon me. That one is outside on a changeup, so Bennett falls behind 2-0. This time Gussman not first pitch swinging, and he works his way ahead here. 2-0 is up and in, and Gussman looking to maybe get on via the walk. 3 walks so far today for the Ghosts, 2 of them by Braun Schaefer, as a 3-0 strike is in there for Bennett. And now Gussman looking to swing potentially. The 3-1 is popped up on the infield. It's right to the pitcher, Bennett. He'll give way. Anderson calling him off, and it drops for a hit. And Gussman's going to take second. Nobody's covering third. And eventually Frank goes over. So a wild infield pop-up, I think aided by the wind, will allow Gussman to reach. No. I think I was mistaken. It must have bounced foul. It was off the netting, perhaps. I just didn't see it. Not really sure what happened there. It was a straight up pop up, and that'll be a walk for Gussman. He does get on. I'll have to watch that one back on the replay, as it certainly looked like just an infield pop up that got away from Anderson.
Now batting, number 6, Dylan Lotzer.
The only thing I can think of is maybe Gussman somehow got in the way of Anderson when he was trying to field the ball for like a fielder's interference, but then I think Gussman would just be out. So I don't think that was the case at all. But Coach Jenkins for Kaukauna didn't seem to argue it, so it must have just been something we missed here from the booth. Lotzer takes a ball outside, and another. Throw down from the catcher Anderson, not in time. Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. From brand development to social media marketing and promotional solutions, we streamline your marketing for maximum results. Learn more at bearpm.com. That's BAERPM.com. Foul ball makes it 2-1. off the bat of Lotzer. He reached on an error and scored his first time. This is grounded to the left side. Duclos can't get to it, and it's past Frank as well. Heads up base running here from Gussman. He takes third as no one was covering the bag. And that'll make it first and third as both of the left side of the infield infielders were looking to play that ground ball. Nobody covered the bag.
Number 7, Riker Donemeyer.
McCoy Leno back on as a courtesy runner. And Donemeyer up to the plate with runners on the corners and 2 away. Great base running there from Quentin Gussman. And now a wild pitch or pass ball, and Gussman's able to score here with 2 outs. Especially big with 2 outs there, as any sort of ground ball with 1 out maybe would result in him scoring, but not an option here. Anderson throws through, and it's into center field. Good throw, but got by the middle infielders. They were looking to throw out the runner at second base and get out of the inning. Instead, it'll be an error, and Gussman scores 4-2. And I think Anderson more so upset with his teammates not picking up the signs, as they didn't seem to be aware that the throw was coming down. Had a play like that go against the Ghosts last week. And the umpires will confer here as Leno takes second base on a double steal of sorts. He'll get the credit for the steal. Gussman scores on the error. It's now 4-2 in favor of the Ghosts. And with no microphone on the home plate umpire, don't know what the discussion was about there. Maybe batter interference on the throwdown. But they're going to rule that Donemeyer got out of the way. 1-1 our count. Runner on second base with 2 away in this matchup of 2 FVA teams. The rest of the FVA schedule for today going on just down the road. A big game between Hortonville and Kimberly at Kimberly High School. That one is skipped, and Duclos does a nice job to pick it out, but it took the glove away from the base runner. Leno stealing his 3rd bag of the day. Hortonville at Kimberly, the 2 teams tied atop the conference, playing today at the home of the Papermakers. Fouled off to stay alive here, or make it 3-2 for Donemeyer. Kimberly, the number 3 team in the state. Hortonville, number 2, according to the Wisconsin Baseball Coaches Association. 3-2. Swung on and popped up on the infield. It'll get to the short outfield grass. Seeger under it, makes a diving catch as he wasn't quite back far enough on it before he left his feet. But the jumping play by the second baseman gets Jake Bennett and the Spartans off the field. Another run across for Kaukauna. It's 4-2 as we head to the 4th inning.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened on that pop-up.
Here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin,
yeah.
as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fury, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago,
did it bounce foul?
Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, maybe.
And the cheese be with you.
I don't know if that's a thing, yeah. Yeah, because it's not like a ground ball where if it's slowly ruled foul, it's different, yeah. But maybe not by rule. On to the 4th here from Kaukauna High School. The Galloping Ghosts with a 2-run lead over the visiting Oshkosh North Spartans. Kaukauna scratching across another run in the bottom of the third to extend their lead by 1. An outstanding play to end the bottom of the third by second baseman Jacob Seeger, making a diving catch with his back to the ground in the outfield. And now Seeger comes to the plate after making that jumping catch in the short outfield grass. He had an RBI single to left field his first time up. Second time facing Shu, and a swing and a miss. Shu maintaining that velocity here as he works into his 4th inning. Is fouled off towards the Oshkosh North side of the field. Oh, and 2 coming to Jacob Seeger, the second baseman. The delivery swung on and miss, and Paxton Shu with his 5th strikeout of the day.
Now batting in number 14, Landon Rupert.
Landon Ruffer, the designated hitter. He struck out to end the first inning after the Spartans got ahead 2-0. Kaukauna came back with 2 of their own in the bottom of the first and have scored 1 in each of the second and the third inning to put us at a score of 4-2. That's going to be low and in. Just conversing in the booth between innings here, we think maybe that Gustman pop-up, as it landed fair, but then rolled into foul territory before it reached the first base bag. So we think maybe if you think about a bunt ground ball down the first base line, even if the first contact is in fair territory, if it rolls foul, it's foul. So perhaps that was some heads-up defense by Anderson, the catcher. Let it bounce fair, but you see that it's clearly headed foul, and it's not going to get past that first base bag. 3-1 is in for a strike. Good job by Landon Ruffer to get ahead here, but Paxton Shu works his way back to a 3-2 count. Payoff pitch with 1 away. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the inning, and second time he's gotten Ruffer on strikes.
Now batting number 16, Ty Karpowitz.
The first baseman Karpowitz to the plate with 2 away. And after some early struggles from Paxton Shu, he walked the first batter he saw, and then a double, scored a run, before eventually that double came around to score as well in the first inning. Shu gave up 2 hits in the first, has not allowed a hit since. In fact, the only runner to reach since the first inning was on an error. That was Griffin Resop with 2 outs in the second. Otherwise, Shu has retired 9 of the last 10 batters he's faced. The 1-1 is going to be low on a sinker. I thought it was called a ball, and I think the Oshkosh North fans were upset because it was called a strike. That was my mistake. 1-2, our count. The delivery from Shu is fouled off. Duclos, the on-deck hitter, again has to get a foul ball. He did that a couple times in the second inning as Karpowitz flew out to short right field on a nice play by Caden Kress. Hush falls over the crowd, and the 1-2 delivery from Paxton. Kaukauna was nearly off the field. You could see all 7 fielders behind Shu were leaning towards the dugout there. 2-2. The whole infield and the whole outfield was ready to go. Lotzer was the only one that didn't motion towards the dugout. 2-2 swung on in the dirt. Lotzer will throw down to Seegers to complete the strikeout as Paxton Shu strikes out the side in order. His Galloping Ghosts lead 4-2. We head to the bottom of the fourth here on Zaleski Sports.
However and wherever you want to travel the world, Travel Leaders Discovery can help you get there. Beach vacations, family trips, cruises, romantic getaways, Disney vacations, U.S. travel and business travel. Travel Leaders Discovery, proudly helping families, couples, and businesses explore the world through all-inclusive trips of all kinds.
New pitcher.
Call them today in Green Bay,
Number 8.
Appleton, and Sheboygan to create your
That's a
memories
bench,
for a
isn't it?
lifetime.
Yeah. Elliot Schmidt. All right.
Mega Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and
How
awards.
does it work now? Does
Don't
he have to
settle for
enter the
less.
batting order
With our
for
in-house
Bennett,
production, we
or
will make
not
your name or
necessarily?
event stand out with custom sports jerseys,
Yeah, it's
branded cooler bags,
Schmidt
and
from the
personalized
bench.
can coolers.
Number
Celebrate
8.
team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Meta Custom Apparel, we put your brand first.
I think it's
Explore your
TBD
options
whether
today
he
at
hits.
metacustom.com.
I always forget.
You have a pitching change for the Spartans. Now on the mound, number 8, Elliot Schmidt.
New pitcher on for the Spartans is the lefty, number 8, Elliot Schmidt, a sophomore for Coach Pease. Jack Bennett, pardon me, did a nice job, giving up 4 runs in 3 innings, but despite some early location issues from the freshman, worked through those 3 innings, got 3 strikeouts. And now Elliot Schmidt, the sophomore, comes on in relief here in the 4th. I don't see Bennett in the field otherwise, so I think it's just a straight-up pitcher-for-pitcher swap. And now our home plate umpire is going to confer with Elliott. He's got to take off that sleeve, I believe. Or no, bracelet. So Bennett, I believe, is in the dugout. Remains to be seen if Jack Bennett remains in the batting order. Or, no, it appears we have a new catcher as well. As that doesn't look like, can't quite see the number, but I don't believe that's Anderson.
For the ghost, number 3, Peyton Press.
Perhaps Bennett now behind the plate. As from the windup, from the third base side of the rubber, the southpaw Schmidt over the top delivery gets a swing and a miss. Good looking velocity there for the Spartan reliever. Caden Kress will be the first man to face him. Caden hit a sacrifice fly in the second inning. 0 for 0 with a RBI on the day. Breaking ball, curveball not in there. True over the top release here from Schmidt. If you're looking at the hands of a clock, you'd probably say he's about at 1 o'clock. If you're looking at him from the catcher's point of view. Grounder to the left side of the infield, collected by the shortstop Frank, and over to first in time. Trying to get a look. I believe it may be Jackson Anderson at short now. Indeed, yeah, number 2 is the new shortstop. Makes a nice play. So new catcher as well. I believe it could be our starting pitcher, Bennett.
Now batting. For the ghost, number 1, Brown Schaefer.
And then with Anderson at short, it remains to be seen where Braden Frank went in the field. Good start for Elliot Schmidt, getting a ground out from Caden Kress. Top of the order now with Braun Schaefer. Curveball is low. Braun Schaefer so far today, also 0 for 0. He's got 2 walks and a run scored. That one looked to be more of a slider, a little bit firmer than the curveball, and it's up and in. 2-0. We saw Schaefer pitch in relief last week. The final inning against Kimberly, pitched a scoreless frame after Paxton Shue went 6 innings. That one's going to be just up. And again, 3-0 to Braun Schaefer, just like the first inning. He's worked a 3-ball count every time today. It was a bit of an eventful inning for Schaefer on the mound last week, if I recall correctly. 3-0 is in there. Schaefer loaded the bases on a walk, a fielder's choice bunt that went wrong, so all the runners were safe, and then another walk. As the delivery 3-1. It's grounded to the pitcher, Schmidt, off his glove. He collects in time, and a left-handed throw to first is in time to get Schaefer. For the first time today, Schaefer has been retired.
Now batting number 18, Blake Vanderloo.
Blake Vanderloo to the plate. He is 1 for 2. Had an RBI double in the bottom of the first and struck out in the second. He came around to score as well after he doubled. Slider in there for Schmidt, who has gotten the first 2 batters he's seen. Eventually, that inning for Schaefer against Kimberly last week, I don't believe I was correct. It was a walk and then a fielder's choice out, got a runner at third, got a runner retired at third, and then another walk, a pop out, a third walk, before finally getting a strikeout. So, first inning of the year for Brian Schaefer, allowed 3 base runners, but stranded them all. 0-2 now to Vanderloo with 2 away. That one is going to be in the turf and low. 1-2 as Coach Pease retrieves it for Oshkosh North. His reliever here looking pretty good in his first inning of work, Elliot Schmidt. Big windup, stepping from well off the rubber, and a foul by Vanderloo. It remains 1-2. Upcoming schedule for the Spartans. They're at Kimberly on Thursday and home against Hortonville on Friday, a team they nearly beat on the road early in the season. 6-5 was the final as Hortonville just got by the Spartans in April. Strike 3 froze Vanderloo with a fastball, and a great first inning from Elliot Schmidt, the first 0 on the board today for the Spartan defense. We head to the 5th. It's 4-2 on Zaleski Sports.
For a place where everyone feels at home? Welcome to Point Brewery, your family-friendly tap room with something for everyone. From a wide variety of local brews to classic Point sodas for the kids, we've got the perfect pour for everyone. Craving a bite? We've got hot, cheesy Portesi pizzas ready when you are. Whether you're hanging out inside or soaking up the sun in our outdoor beer garden, there's space to unwind. Planning a celebration? Reserve our private event room and make it a gathering to remember. Point Brewery, good times, great taste, all on tap.
Help us create iron castings the world uses and trusts. At Wapaka Foundry, you're not just making parts. It's the pride in what you do, the quality of people beside you, and the career you create. What we make matters. Who makes them matters more. Join us. Cast your future at Wapaka Foundry. Visit jobs.wapakafoundry.com. Go Comets!
Paxton Shue on the mound for his 5th inning of work here today. 2 runs across in the top of the first, but he has been excellent ever since. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on for the Ghosts in the bottom of the 4th as they went down in order for the first time today.
Leading off for the Spartans, number 21, Owen Duclos.
Owen Duclos leading off here in the 5th. He struck out his first time up. Shue striking out the side in the 4th inning. He's got 7 Ks on the day total. Gets ahead here with a swing and a miss on the freshman third baseman, Owen Duclos. Fouled off and into the screen. First time that the Ghosts have been retired in order, and that was by the new pitcher for Oshkosh North, Elliot Schmidt. Got a couple of groundouts and then a strikeout looking from Vandaloo. Swing and a miss on a half chop there from Duclos. He's down on strikes for the first out of the top of the fifth.
Now batting, number 19, Griffin Risa.
That is 8 retired in a row by Shu, and 11 of the last 12. And it's grounded to Kress. He gets to it in time. Strong throw by Caden Kress, just beating the speedy Resop. What a play from the junior second baseman at the Keystone. And Resop was fast out of the box, but Kress got to that ball with a quick jump and then a very strong throw. The number 9 hitter being robbed by the number 9 hitter for Kaukauna. Breaking ball from Shu to Anderson is low. Anderson is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. He grounded out to Shu his last time up. As that ground out from Anderson to Shu started Paxton's streak of 9 hitters retired in a row. This is grounded to the right side. A much easier play for Caden Kress. Throw to first is in time. And a scoreless fifth for Paxton Shu, who has been dialed in ever since the 2-run first inning. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Kaukauna coming to bat, up 2 runs.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
To the bottom of the fifth we go. Thank you to our game day sponsors, Pagoni's Pizza, Jexy's Restaurant, and Amplitel Technologies. We'll hear a little bit more from Amplitel. Amplitel Technologies boosts IT and technology for businesses in Northeast Wisconsin and beyond. From help desk support to Wi-Fi and phone solutions, trust the experts at Amplitel. Visit ampliteltech.com. That's ampliteltech.com for a free consultation. 1-2-3, bottom or top of the fifth for Paxton Shu and the Galloping Ghosts. And we head to the bottom half with Braden Jenkins leading off against Elliot Schmidt, the new pitcher for the Spartans. Delivered a 1-2-3 inning in the fourth. Jenkins is 0 for 1 with a walk. He grounded out to third base his last time. Foul ball off the bat of Jenkins. Finds himself down 0-1. Another breaking ball fouled off to the JV baseball field where JV practice has wrapped up. The JV softball game over, I believe, in favor of the Galloping Ghosts. No varsity game for the softball team today. I believe they resume play on Thursday. 0-2 from Schmidt to Jenkins. A curveball in the dirt. And the Kaukauna dugout down the third base line certainly has some life. And normally you think that dugouts get kind of rowdy when they're up to bat. I think a lot of the energy for the Ghosts has been developed by Paxton Shu being so dominant on the mound. They've really been cheering on their starting pitcher here today. 2-2 now, as the wind continues to whip us in the press box. I don't know how it's getting in. It seems like it's blowing from behind us. But none of the other windows are open. 3-2 now as that one gets away from Schmidt. Again, a big matchup down the road here in the FVA. Hortonville is at Kimberly today. Another top matchup. 4th place Neenah at 3rd place Appleton North this afternoon. And that'll be first base awarded to Braden Jenkins for the 5th place Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts.
Number 2, Taryn Seeger.
Remaining games in the FVA today, 4-4 Fond du Lac is at Appleton West, and Appleton East is at Oshkosh West. The Wildcats pulling off an impressive 1-0 victory against the Spartans last week, and this one is grounded by Seegers to second. Flip to Anderson. Throw was on to first in time. Great stretch from Karpowitz, staying on the bag. 4-6-3. Spartans turn 2. Hit hard by Seegers, but Taylor made for the Oshkosh North defense.
Now batting number 24, Bennett Geithner.
Bennett Geithner up now with the bases empty and 2 away. Anderson, the new shortstop, with a nice relay on that double play. Swing and a miss as Geithner falls behind. Yet to verify the other changes in the field. Perhaps the new catcher is Braden Frank, who started the game at shortstop. Check swing by Geithner. Appeal, no. He held up. It's 1-1. Bennett Geithner so far today, 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Those were both against Bennett, his first time facing Schmidt. Swing and a miss on, looked to be a changeup there. Good looking pitch from Elliott Schmidt, who has impressed so far. Allowed just the one base runner on the walk, but that was erased with the double play. From the windup, Schmidt ahead 1-2, leaves the breaking ball upstairs. 4-2 our score. Kaukauna scoring 2 in the bottom of the first, and then 1 in the second, and 1 in the third, before a scoreless 4th for Elliott Schmidt, looking to deliver another scoreless frame. Fouled off, just getting a piece of that one was Geithner, as he was well ahead on that swing. Quentin Gustman on deck. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Last 7 hitters have been retired by the Oshkosh North pitching staff, other than the walk. This one is popped up on the infield. Duclos in on it. The catcher will call for it and make the grab. I believe that is Jack Bennett making the play, today's starting pitcher. Now behind the plate, squeezes for the out, and we head to the 6th with the same score of 4-2 in favor of the Galloping Ghosts.
Cobeson Bus is hiring its drivers that they need. Cobeson Bus is hiring, it's the perfect job for me.
Yeah, that's
Cobeson
Bennett.
Buses would like to thank all of our school bus drivers throughout the state of Wisconsin for their safe driving. If you would like to make a difference in your community with a fun and rewarding part-time job, apply at cobeson.com.
Cobeson Bus is hiring, it's the perfect job for me.
Oh, that'll do it. Yeah. Okay, yeah. 10-1. So it wasn't a mercy? Huh. They just wrapped it up.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media.
Welcome back as we are on to the top of the 6th inning. number 2 hitter in the order for the Oshkosh North Spartans, Keegan Kinsfogel, coming to the plate.
Now batting in number 10, Keegan Kinsfogel.
Did verify in between innings there. The new catcher for the Spartans is Jack Bennett. I saw him with the gear on in the dugout. So that moves Bennett from pitching to behind the plate, and then the catcher Anderson moved to shortstop as it's 1-0. Shu gets back into the zone, make it 1-1. The starting shortstop, Braden Frank, is on deck but not currently in the field. The 1-1 delivery. It's going to be low and in from Shu. Shu with 8 strikeouts on the day. He has retired 10 in a row. 10 in a row and 13 of the last 14. Only runner to reach since the first inning was on an error on a grounder to third. 2-2. The count. Kaukauna with a 4-2 lead in what's become a bit of a pitcher's duel. Strike 3 on the outside edge. Kinsfogel did not like it, but he goes down looking for the 9th K of the day by Paxton Shu.
Now batting number 6, Braden Frank.
Braden Frank, the starting shortstop, and now, I suppose, designated hitter of sorts. Perhaps moved to the outfield, and I didn't notice. To the plate. And Frank takes a first pitch breaking ball for a strike. It's 0-1. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Ground out to short and a liner to center field. That one was hit well, but Schaefer had a beat on it the whole way. Come with your friends and family to Jexie's Family Restaurant. They offer a cozy coffee house feel with the classic diner experience. With breakfast, lunch, and dinner options, you will never leave feeling hungry. Check out Jexie's on Crooks Avenue in Kaukauna, or search Jexie's, that's Jexi, on Facebook today. Swing and a miss there makes it 1-2. And Shu nearly gets his 10th strikeout, but it's fouled off by Frank. On deck is the new catcher, Jack Bennett, the starting pitcher. 1-2. Coming here from the Southpaw, headed to the State College of Florida next year. Sinker outside. And according to Prep Baseball Wisconsin, Shu is able to run up his fastball near 90 miles per hour. Sits in the high 80s. 2-2, and this is hit to center field. It's going to get away from Schaefer this time to the wall. It rolls to the wall, and a double for for Braden Frank, his first hit of the day. Second double for the Spartans, and the first hit for Oshkosh North since the first inning. Bit of a rally here in the making for the Spartans with a runner in scoring position and just 1 out. I thought perhaps Schaefer was going to rob Frank of another hit, just like he did on that line out in the third. But that one not within Schaefer's range. Jack Bennett gets ahead 1-0. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to first on a ball that just hugged the line, and Seegers was able to pick it up right at the bag and step on the base to end the third inning. 1-1 now. Third hit of the day for the Spartans, as Frank will head back to second base. Shu steps off. On deck is Jacob Seeger. He has one of the 3 hits. That was back in the first inning. RBI single. Swing and a miss. Or pardon me, swing and a foul ball. As that Bennett got a piece, and I believe it caught the umpire. And he says he's okay. He'll take a breather here. Apologize again, folks. My scoreboard software just closes out of nowhere for some reason. I guess it came at a good time here as we get a bit of a break in the action. Lotzer getting a chance to talk to his starting pitcher while our home plate umpire takes a breather. One and two is our count with one out, runner on second. And Bennett will step back in, looking for his first time aboard here today. The 1-2 from Shu. Swung on and miss. Strikeout number 10 for Paxton Shu. 2 down, runner remains at second base.
Now batting, number 1, Jacob Seeger.
Jacob Seeger up with a runner on second. And 2 away. He was able to drive in a run from third base back in the first inning, as he takes a first pitch strike from Paxton Shu. The delivery and fouled off towards the first base side. 2 down, 0-2 the count. Runner on second base here in the top of the 6th as we get our scoreboard resituated. Paxton Shu looking to strand a runner in scoring position. It gets away from Lotzer. That one ran inside. That was similar to a pitch in the first inning that allowed a runner to advance to second. This time, the runner down to third base. Wild pitch, second of the day from Shu. One and two, the count, with Seeger at the plate. He is 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI single and a strikeout. The 2-2 coming from Paxton Shu. It's grounded weakly to the left side of the infield. Geithner on a backhand, throws to first in time to strand the runner at third base. Our score remains 4-2 in favor of the Galloping Ghosts. We head to the bottom half of the 6th on Zaleski Sports.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
We head to the bottom of the 6th. Kaukauna coming to bat with hitters 6, 7, and 8. First, Quentin Gustman, today's right fielder.
12, Quentin Gustman.
Bit of a rally for the Spartans in the top half of this inning. A 1-out double from Braden Frank, and he gets to third on a wild pitch. But Paxton Shu able to strand him at third base, as it's no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Spartans, their first base runner since the 2nd. As Shu has been lights out ever since he gave up 2 runs in the top of the 1st. 0-1 to Gustman. And takes a breaking ball just upstairs. Elliott Schmidt, very impressive in relief for the Spartans, has faced the minimum, allowed just a walk to Braden Jenkins, and that was erased on a double play. In his 2 innings of work, just facing the 6 batters. 2-1 now as Gussman gets ahead. So far on the day, Quinton is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Swings through a fastball there, making it 2-2. Bottom of the 6th here. After the 7th, we'll have our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. We'll get a word with the winning head coach, and a player of their choosing will be put in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House. Here's the 2-2 from Schmidt to Gussman. It's in the dirt, swung on and miss. Bennett's going to have to retrieve it, but he barely got to the ball before Gussman was at first base. So it's a K, but a drop third strike allows Gussman to reach. Second strikeout of the day for Schmidt, but no out recorded.
Number 6, Dylan Latzer.
Took a big bounce, and the turf helped the ball get away from the new catcher, Bennett. Dylan Latzer up. He has reached both times as he fouls it to his coach, Mike Jenkins, at third base. Latzer reached on an error by the first baseman, Karpowitz, in the second. His courtesy runner, Leno, came around to score, and then Latzer singled in the third. Leno came on and stole 2 more bases before being stranded at third base. It's 0-2 after the foul ball, and now a swing and a miss. Riker Donnemeyer on deck. Gussman gets his lead. The lefty Schmidt working from the stretch for just the second time. Swing and a miss on a cutting fastball. Second strikeout of the inning, and this time the out is recorded as the squeeze there from Bennett.
Number 7, Riker Donnemeyer.
Of course, first base was filled though, so even on a drop third strike would have been an out. 3 strikeouts now for Schmidt. Runner on first with 1 away. Throw over to first. Fooled me. I thought he was coming home, and I look up, and Karpowitz is receiving the throw over there at first. Donnemeyer 1 for 2. Had a single in the second inning. Stole second, but was stranded. Ball runs outside from Schmidt. These teams will meet towards the end of the season, May 28th, 3 weeks from Thursday, in Oshkosh at E.J. Schneider Field. Ground ball towards short. Glove flip by Anderson. The turn from Seeger, and another double play induced by Elliott Schmidt. He has faced the minimum in his 3 innings of work. Couple of base runners reach, but couple of twin killings for Elliott Schmidt. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Or pardon me, we head to the top of the 7th. Oshkosh North's last chance, down 2 runs here in Kaukauna.
After 6 complete, your goats are on top of this one, 4-2.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wietrich family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Thank you.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting that it was class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
On to the 7th. New pitcher on for the Galloping Ghosts, as I believe Paxton Shue likely hit his pitch limit for the day. Goes 6 innings, allows just 2 earned runs on 3 hits. And now Bennett Geithner on to pitch the 7th, looking to get the save here for Kaukauna and close things out. Thank you to our game day sponsors, Fox Valley Tech, Travel Leaders Discovery, and Bear Performance Marketing. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Spartans.
Now batting, Landon Rupert.
Oshkosh North needs at least 2 to force the bottom of the 7th. New catcher on for Kaukauna is Bryce Urban. Number 19. This is popped up. It's going to get into the short outfield grass. Kress is under it, and Caden Kress makes a bit of a jumping catch there. Didn't quite fall on his back like Seeger had to earlier in the game. And 1 pitch, 1 out for Riker Donnemeyer, or pardon me, Bennett Geithner on the mound. Getting my Galloping Ghosts confused. Ty Karpowitz to the plate. And a strike delivered by Bennett Geithner. Saw Bennett come on in relief against Neenah on the road about a week and a half ago. It's now 1-1. Karpowitz 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout against Shue. Cutting fastball is outside. 2-1 from Geithner to Karpowitz, the junior first baseman. Freshman Owen Duclos on deck. Breaking ball inside. That was a great pitch from Geithner in terms of just the movement on it. I thought it was going to hit Karpowitz. Had some nice cut. 3-1. And the fastball is down. Karpowitz will take first on a walk. His first time on today.
Now batting, number 21, Owen Duclos.
First walk issued by the Galloping Ghosts since the leadoff hitter of the game. That was Jackson Anderson in the first. And it'll be Duclos to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but those were both against Paxton Shue. Seegers holding the runner on, and a swing and a miss. Geithner gets ahead. The 0-1 is on the corner, top part of the zone to make it 0-2. Geithner working ahead. Breaking ball is inside. That's a firm breaking ball, almost like a cut fastball with how hard he's throwing that one. Cut fastball, hard slider, somewhere in between those two. And a swing and a miss. First strikeout for Bennett Geithner here in the 9th, or in the 7th, as he comes on to close things out. Feels like the 9th inning. Final inning of play here. Griffin Resop 0 for 2. He did reach on an error in the second. Runner on first base is Karpowitz, and Resop last hopes here for the Spartans. He represents the tying run. That's in the dirt, and Bryce Urban, the new catcher, getting some work here, as he did a couple of weeks ago, I believe, against Bayport. That one was more of a large lead for the Kaukauna, as they eventually won that one via mercy rule. And the new catcher came in, Urban. And we're going to have an offensive conference here between head coach Dylan Pease and the hitter, Resop. Big for Geithner to get this hitter here and finish off this game. You don't want Resop to reach, and then top of the order with Jackson Anderson is on deck. The most experienced player for this Oshkosh North team, the only senior on the roster. 2-0 the count. Runner on first is Karpowitz. Geithner just needs to focus on getting the hitter. 2-1 as a delayed strike call there on the outside edge. C. Resop was thinking about maybe squaring around, bunt for a hit here. The 2-1 swings, and it's to the right side of the infield past Seegers. It's a single for Griffin Resop, and the Spartans are still alive here in Kaukauna.
Now batting number 2, Jackson Anderson.
Second time on today for Griffin Resop. First time he's reached on a hit. Fourth hit of the day for the Spartans. Jackson Anderson is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. But if there's anybody that Coach Pease wants at the plate here, it's his senior to work a good at bat. 1-0, as I believe that missed outside. Geithner from the stretch, and Urban digs it out. Another reason Urban probably is in the game is he was likely the one that warmed up Geithner in the bullpen. Has a little bit of a better feel for him today. Strike delivered. Would like some clarification here from the home plate umpire on the count. 2-1, I believe. No, 1-2. 1-2. He signaled. And ball in the dirt makes it 2-2. So it was a first pitch strike that I called a ball that I think I had wrong. And we're all set now at 2-2. Jackson Anderson with 2 outs here for the Spartans in the 7th. That is outside. Most exciting. One of the most exciting plays in baseball coming here. 3-2 with 2 outs. Runners will be off with the pitch at first and second. On deck is Keegan Kinsvogel. The payoff pitch from Geithner is low. Nice block by Urban to prevent any further advancement. But that walk will load things up for the Spartans.
Now batting number 10, Keegan Kinsvogel.
Second walk of the day for Jackson Anderson. And Urban's going to go out to meet with Geithner. So Karpowitz at third. The tying run is Resop. He's at second. Go-ahead run is at Anderson at first. Kinsvogel to the plate. Strike delivered by Bennett Geithner. Good move there by the catcher, Urban, just going out and settling him, and timeout called by the hitter, Kinsvogel, as Geithner was mid-windup. Kinsvogel doubled and scored in the first, drove in a run. He struck out twice, once swinging and once looking since then against Shu. First time facing Geithner. Breaking ball inside. That hard slider just missing. Coach Jenkins letting the home plate umpire know what he thought of that call. Thought certainly that it was a strike. The 1-1 is popped up. It's going to get fouled. Does Seegers have a play on it? Down the line, Terrence Seegers makes the catch. Bennett Geithner gets the save, strands the bases loaded, and it's a 4-2 win for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts here against Oshkosh North. Coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield or Curtis, or at nasonvilledairy.com.
Next in action Thursday as they travel to Appleton East. First pitch, 4:30. Thanks again for coming out, and thank you for supporting high school athletics.
Great play by Terrence Seegers to end it. We'll talk to Coach Jenkins on the field with a player of his choosing. Bear with us as we get the camera and the microphone set up. We'll be back with Coach Jenkins after this on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's cheese, peach cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy.
Test. Check, check. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay. Sounds good. Thanks, Spike. Oh. Oh. Have fun either way. Yeah, I let him know I would go down.
We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's cheese, peach cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
That ad takes forever with the cheese. It's like, come on, let's go. You know?
Welcome back on Zaleski Sports. Just making sure our mic is loud enough here in the booth before I head down to talk to Coach Jenkins. I will head down that way now. We'll meet right around the mound there, get a word with him, and a player of his choosing will be put in the highlight house. As the post-game meeting wraps up for Coach Jenkins and his players, we'll talk to him first, and then his selected player of the game. Looks like it's going to be Paxton Shue. Welcome in, Coach Jenkins. Kaukauna getting back in the win column here. Now 8-3 on the year, 5-3 in FVA play. Coach, after that first inning, we'll start with that. Paxton, 2 runs come across against him in the top of the first. Not the first inning that he wanted. After that, though, he was able to shut down this Spartans offense. What was the message to him after that top of the first?
Get strike one, realistically. He got behind on a lot of batters in the first inning, and a couple freebies in there, and then they found a couple barrels to take advantage of it. It's kind of been a typical first inning for him so far this year, where he tends to give up a little bit in the first, but then true to form, settles in and does what he needs to after that.
And then, after that, I believe he retired at one point, 13-14, the only runner reaching on an error until that double in the 6th inning. What do you have to say about the effort that both he and Dylan behind the plate put forth in innings 2 through 6 today?
Yeah, realistically, just more consistency, really getting after hitters is what happened. You know, he found the strike zone. He was a little bit up, a little bit out in that first inning, and really just kind of locked it in. Dylan called a good game back here. Those two are on the same page, and makes it really easy when they know what's coming from each other.
And then in terms of the offense, you guys immediately tie things up in the first, able to break through for a couple more runs in the second and the third. Their reliever comes in, quiets you down a little bit, but you guys doing just enough at the plate here, moving runners over. The stealing on the base paths, a big factor in today's game. Your courtesy runner with 3 stolen bases. A bit of small ball for your offense here today.
Yeah, I'll say not exactly the offensive output we were hoping for today with only 3 hits, but we did the small ball things today. You're right. I think we ended up taking probably 5 or 6 bases here in this game, and that really was the difference. It's what got us the runs. It was nice to see them respond after Oshkosh North put up that 2 spot to put up a 2 spot for ourselves, and just creep through just enough.
And then back in the win column after the 3 games against Neenah, Kimberly, Hortonville didn't go your way. Now we're into the second time through FVA play and a big non-conference game on Saturday, I know. But teams that have already seen you so far this year, you got Appleton East and Fond du Lac later this week. What kind of challenge does that pose for your team as those teams looking to get a little bit of revenge on you after you beat them the first time?
Yeah, we had really good offensive outputs against both of them, so I'd anticipate that they're playing better baseball themselves. I think we were fortunate to catch them early in the season before they really got a chance to get outside. I know we were able to get outside before most teams, so that helped out a lot. Definitely expect better performance out of both of them and closer games than we had the first time around, and we'll be ready for it. But it's good to get back into the win column. We needed that bad.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, Coach. Good luck rest of this week. Our highlight house player of the game, Paxton Shue. I realize my shot may be a little farther down. Make sure we're in frame here. Paxton, like we talked about with Coach, not the first inning you wanted, but what did you and Dylan talk about in the dugout in the bottom of the first after the top of the first maybe didn't go your way?
I really just had a attack with the heater. I found out after the first inning, I'm better than these kids, so if I just use my heater and stop trying to pinpoint where my pitches are and just attack, I'll do a great job. So I really just got to my 2 fastballs, threw those in the zone, and got the output I wanted after that first inning.
And then, you're able to retire 13-14. You got 10 strikeouts at one point. What's it been like working with Dylan over the years, you two in your final season here, your senior backstop working with you? What's it been like working with Dylan Lotzer?
I mean, it's great. The kid's he's a great guy on and off the field. We have a great relationship, and I mean, on the field, it just helps so much more when we know each other well, and it's great just playing with my senior buddy, and it's gonna suck when it's over, but we just gotta live in the moment. It's great.
And then you got the 2 other seniors on the mound. You got Carson, who's been starting all year, and Braun working his way back. What's it been like to develop this senior rotation of you 3, just willing each other on, giving each other advice over the 4 years with Kaukauna?
Yeah, it's kind of just pushing each other in the off season, having all that youth stuff, always just pushing each other in the off season, wanting each and every one of us to get better. And we kind of this is kind of the moment we've talked about when we were younger, our senior year, we want to go do something. So we're just trying to win games, win conference, and keep on going, just keep on climbing that ladder. So it's just a great feeling with my senior pitchers.
Sounds good. Great to get back in the win column for you guys today. One final thing, I'll have you take the mic. I'll step out of the frame. I'll count you down. Camera's right up there by Jeremy. 3, 2, 1, and you'll just say, I'm Paxton Shue, and I'm in the house.
Perfect.
It's a little loose if you want to. Yep, you're good. 3, 2, 1.
I'm Paxton Shue, and I'm in the house.
Thank you very much, Paxton.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Good luck rest of the week. Yep. Kaukauna gets back in the win column. They are now 8-3, 5-3 in FVA play. They've got Appleton East Fond du Lac and Franklin the rest of this week, and then a doubleheader next Tuesday against Appleton North as they resume that suspended game and then play another one on the 12th. Thank you so much for joining us. For all of us at Zaleski Sports, this is Gunnar Sippert signing off. Have a great rest of your night.